Okay, this is interesting. This should be interesting. Whoa. Ooh. Didn't quite make that. And now I got myself into a bit of a situation here. Hello everybody. So I'm just getting back on the road here after being off the road for a few days. The day before yesterday I got to my cousin's place outside of Salzburg here, and her and her family received me so warmly, and were such wonderful hosts. So spent the first evening there just getting to know each other again, and because it's been like 32 years, which is way too long. So we spent the evening just kind of getting to know each other and having a beer, and and the next morning they planned to take me all over to see the sights and sounds of Salzburg, or the Salzburg area, and that was just wonderful. It was a long day. We started about 7 o'clock in the morning and we didn't get home until like 11 o'clock at night. We went to St. Bartholomew's Church, which is out on the Kohlensee. And so we had to take a ferry to get there, which was wonderful. I'll provide some pictures here. Then we went. Then they took me to this lovely high point. It was about 1,700 meters, which is quite high for here, and beautiful views down into the valleys, almost 360-degree views, amazing. From there, we went to dinner at this lovely little Bavarian restaurant, and then we got in the car and we drove into Salzburg, right into downtown Salzburg, and it was just absolutely stunning. We went and had one of their famous desserts. Again, I'll put the name of the dessert down at the bottom here because I can't remember the name of it. And so we sat up on this high terrace looking out over Salzburg as the sun was going down and the lights were coming up on the city. Just stunning. Didn't get back to their place until around 11:30. Didn't get to sleep until almost 1. That's how full of a day it was. Yeah, and then this morning had a lovely breakfast, was able to sleep in a little bit. So I'm heading towards Salzburg. I'm going to pick up the ride with GPS route, going up to, and I think the next town I'm going to get to is Passau. So that should be interesting. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's where I'm going. All right, so that's that. Been long-winded here, but just wanted to let you guys know what I've been up to for the last few days. And it's time to get back on the road. So that's what we're going to do. All right, we'll see you out there. So, not far from where I stayed the last few days is the German-Austrian border. And you can see on my left here, the bridge separates the two. I'm going into Austria right now. But you can see there's a police checkpoint here. There's a police checkpoint here, and it looks like they've been set up here for a while. And they're checking cars coming from Austria to Germany, not the other way around. And because what they're doing is they're trying to stop illegal immigrants from flooding into Germany. I guess this must be the end of the game. Whoops. And penalty kicks. And my bike just fell. So. Just going over the Salzach River for the last time, I think. Let's get my last glimpses of Salzburg. I spent the last 3 days, and it's quite lovely here. Kind of sorry to leave. I could spend more time here, but it's time to carry on. So we're crossing the Salzach River, and we're going to the other side, and we're going to go all the way up to Passau. More close. Okay, this is interesting. Interesting. This should be interesting. Whoa. Ooh. Didn't quite make that. Now I got myself into a bit of a situation here. Okay. I'm sure if I was on my mountain bike, I'd get over this no problem. But with this bike, it was a bit tight. I wasn't exactly sure of myself, so anyways. One of the many foibles that one has to face when doing touring in places that you're not familiar with. So I'm in, what is it, Mattighofen in Austria, and I'm just heading out. Stopped at a little store and picked up some beer, picked up a burrito for tonight, got some yogurt, there's a few things. There's a number of campsites that are up ahead, but they're, I would say 20 to 30 kilometers from here, and it's 5:30, so thinking I'll probably get to the first one closer to 7 o'clock. I was hoping that there was a warm showers host in the area, or another campsite. But no, there doesn't seem to be anything between here at Mattighofen and well, I don't even know where, but it's campsite panorama. So we're going to shoot for that. I'm not sure if I can. Well, I'll get there, but I'm not sure if they're going to be open. There's a number of campsites that seem to be in that general area, so I'm going to try my luck, I guess. The first one it'll take me, that's where I'll stay. The other thing is there is a thunderstorm moving through the area. It's interesting. It's just building right towards here, and I thought for sure I was going to get dumped on. But, it seemed to have dissipated. It seemed to be almost right on top of me. And I don't know, making lots of noise, but there's no rain coming out of those clouds. But that's just fine, because it allows me to ride without putting my rain gear on, and I'm not getting wet, and it takes the sun out of the picture. And that's the first time in a while. And I think I just missed my turn. Yes, I just missed my turn. So I'm about 10k out of Mattighofen, Austria, and I'm heading in a north-northeast direction. I've been going through a number of little towns here, as well as a lot of bush and a lot of climbing, a lot of up and down. But it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to reach one of those campsites in time for them to be open and hopefully register and get a campsite, because when you go to their sites they show as closed. So what I'm thinking of doing here is I have to do some wild camping, And it looks like there's lots of opportunity here, these little towns, and there's lots of forest between the towns with all kinds of trails and little roadways going off into the forest. So I should be able to make good on that. The only thing I'd like to do is get more water, because I'm down to about half a bottle of regular water and about half a bottle of electrolyte water. So if I wild camp, then I can make do with that. I can just kind of give myself a bit of a sprinkle and, just get a bit of a refresh so I don't have to go to bed all sticky. But I certainly have enough food, so there's no problem there. I'm just looking to see if there's anybody kind of out in front of their houses here. Not really, no. No. Okay, thank you. Danke.
It's 1 kilometer.
Oh, back this way?
5 minutes.
Yeah, oh yeah, okay.
The church.
Oh,
Wie sagt man daneben, Schatzi? Schatz, was heißt neben der Kirche?
Beside the church.
Okay.
Here in the place.
In the town back there? Yeah, okay.
Maybe we have a room.
Hope so. That would be very nice. That would be very nice. Hello, everybody. So I am done for today. Today's date is the 16th of August, and I'm done. I'm in a town called Maria Schmolln. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that properly, but it's a tiny little town here in Austria, and very, very close, if not right beside the German border. And it's a lovely little town. And I'm in a suite here, a single suite, in a church, in the local church. And so how I came about being here was just very quickly, I'll give you a bit of a backstory. So when I left the Mattighofen, the town of Mattighofen, I stopped a little, I picked up some food, I picked up a burrito, some beer. Oh, by the way, I was able to find the first double IPA since I got here. Amazing. So I stopped in the town of Mattighofen and did some shopping and then continued on. I checked where the next campground was, and it was about 35 kilometers northeast of the city or of the town. Well, I guess it's a town, city, whatever, of Mattighofen. And then I started riding, and I was really quite surprised at just how hilly it was, like switchbacks going up and over the hills here. I mean, they're not mountains here; they're hills. But yeah, so I had 3 or 4 pretty good climbs, but I realized I wasn't making the progress that I wanted to make, and I thought, well, I'm going to get to the next set of campgrounds probably around 8 o'clock. And I checked online, and the campgrounds were closed. So then I thought to myself, well, where I was riding from Mattighofen, lots of big pine forests and all kinds of trails going off into the woods. So I thought any one of these trails I probably could have ridden up, set up my tent, and just wild camp for the night, and I would have been okay. But I didn't have enough water. I had like half a bottle of water and half a bottle of electrolytes. So what I did is when I got to the town of Maria Schmolln, and there was a couple of guys standing outside of their house, and I stopped and asked them in German if I could get some drinking water. And they said, sure. One thing led to another, and I was telling them my situation, and I'm probably going to ride, probably do some wild camping, and then the guy says, probably not a good idea because it's supposed to piss rain tonight. So I thought, okay, well, is there a room in town? And right away they get on the phone and they call the local church. The pastor here, the minister, said yes, there's a room available. Perfect. So she got in her car. She said, "Well, I'll take you into town, into the church, and I'll do some translation with the minister because he doesn't speak much at all of English." And so she did that. Very, very kind of her. Very, very nice. And so one thing leads to another, and 38 euro later, I've got a little room here. So I'll show you the room very quickly. You can see here, looks just like a regular little hotel room, a little suite in a church, big, beautiful church. It's even got a bathroom. See, very nice bathroom. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And it's even got a shower. Extremely thankful to have a shower because, at the end of a long day on the road, you know how it is. You're all sticky, and the last thing you want to do is slip into a sleeping bag, all sweaty or with dried sweat everywhere. Anyways, so I'm in a room, really happy, really fortunate. I don't have to deal with the rain tonight. And so I got to thank that couple who helped me out and made the calls and got me into this place. I had a pretty good day. As you know, I left around noon. Lovely morning with my cousin and her family again. And I just can't say enough about the hospitality that she showed me. And after 32 years, anyways, what can I say? If you're watching this, Anita, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're such a sweetheart. And I really look forward to coming back here, and I really look forward to you coming to Canada, perhaps on a canoe trip, as we talked about. So I'm just going to hang out here for the night. I'm going to grab a shower. I picked up a burrito at the last town, and so I'm going to probably chew that down. So that's that. Like I said, I'm going to grab a shower and settle in for the night, hit the sack, and get some sleep because I almost fell off the bike a couple of times today because I'm mentally tired, not physically tired, mentally tired. I don't know if it's a combination of not having enough sleep in the last 3 or 4 days, sleeping different places, and you know how it is, and also just sun. It's been just crazy hot. Like the whole time since I left Munich, like hot every day, 32 degrees. So it takes its toll. That's that. Okay. I'm done. Thanks for coming along, and we will see you tomorrow on the road as we head north towards Prague. All right. And it's going to be a whole new day tomorrow. All right, guys. See ya. Ciao.